So it's a perfect stormy day to be looking at Storm King Mountain. In the colonial era, this part of the Hudson Valley was initially explored by the Dutch. Of course, Native Americans had lived here for thousands of years, but a lot of the place names we have in the Hudson Valley go back to the Dutch era. And at that time, really until about 1850 or so, this mountain we call Storm King was called Boterberg, or Butter Hill. In Dutch culture, butter was served in little sort of rounded loaves or slabs, so this would have looked like a loaf of butter, which is why they called it Butter Hill. In the 1850s, tuberculosis and a lot of other diseases, cholera, yellow fever, were rampant in New York City. And people didn't really understand the causes of these diseases. A lot of our understanding of diseases evolved much later. But people knew one thing. They knew that if you were in the mountains, if you were breathing clean air, you had a better chance of survival. So Nathaniel Parker Willis, who was a very famous journalist from New York City who came to live in Cornwall, he had tuberculosis and he came here for his health. And he became really inspired by the beauty of the area. And he said to himself, you know, Butter Hill, that's a terrible name for such a majestic mountain. So I'm going to read to you what he wrote. He would write letters to a newspaper called the Home Journal. As like an editorial writer. So one of the letters he wrote to the Home Journal said this: "The tallest mountain with its feet in the Hudson at the Highland Gap is officially the Storm King, being looked to by the whole country around as the most sure foreteller of a storm. When the white cloud beard descends upon his breast in the morning, as if with a nod forward of his majestic head, there is sure to be a rainstorm before night. Standing aloft among the other mountains in the chain, this sign is peculiar to him. He seems the monarch, and this seems his stately ordering of a change in the weather. Should not Storm King, then, be its proper title?" When he wrote that article to the Home Journal, everybody said, yeah, why are we calling this Butter Hill? Let's call it Storm King. And it's been called Storm King ever since. Nathaniel Parker Willis was really on his deathbed, and as a result of living in a country house here in Cornwall, he was able to recover his health and live another 14 years. And so he became a real promoter of the Hudson Valley as a place of good health, where you could come and you could enjoy, you know, outdoor exercise, you could enjoy clean air and be healthy. And that aspect of the Hudson Valley is still a big part of its reputation today.